What? I was walking like an Egyptian. Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave, and today we're going to be reviewing Imhotep The Duel. Now this is a review copy from Cosmos, so thank you so much. You are fantastic. You have been supporting the channel for quite a while, and you've helped us grow quite a bit, so thank you so much. Now, this is a two-player game of Imhotep. Now, we're going to see if this is just a shrunk down version that's sped up and see the components and see if they're chunky little cubes, or if it's a new breed of its own. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what's in this box and then see how to play it, and I'll tell you what I think. Let's go. Alright, so here's what comes in the box of Imhotep The Duel. Now first we're gonna break that cardboard. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a decent, I think, double ply, so decent thickness here, just on the cusp though. If it was any thinner, you know, it wouldn't be standing the test of time. But all the cardboard components look good, though again, just like Imhotep, they have that brown kind of color because of the theme. I'm not gonna dock it too many points, but it will get docked at least a couple points because of all the brown. The meeples are really good. They're cut out pretty well, and they're a bit light, which again is not a good or bad thing. The tiles, you can clearly read them. The colors are really nice. I like the tiles, especially the green color. You know, I'm into the green. And then you have the boards, which are pretty nice, and this one actually is more colorful than expected. And then you have all these for the player boards, and of course you got the rule book, and that's everything that comes in the box. Now let me show you how to play. So this is a setup. Now I'm only going to be showing you one player setup here because lack of space, but essentially what you're trying to do is get the most points over various rounds until there's only a couple boats and you can't replenish them with these little tiles, and then whoever has the most points at that point is the winner. It takes the idea of Imhotep and shrinks it down and adds a completely new twist to it, so it's its own game. So essentially, yes, you are moving boats and putting things in various work plans in Egypt by placing your workers down on this board here, but it's a completely different experience. And what you can do on your turn is one of three things, and you only have one action to do. You can either place one of your meeples, like I was showing you here, or you can unload one of the boats, and when you do that, you have to have at least two meeples in the row or column. So like this one here, I could unload it even though I'm not the black player, and he will get the first one here from the back, and then the next one here, and he will place these on the board. Now this goes to the pyramid, which we'll talk about here in a second, and these right here just go straight up to the temple. And the one that's left over, if there is no meeple in that row, it will just go away, and then you will reload the boat up with these three tiles, and then you'll put another reserve of three tiles back there. So that's the second option. Now you will be unloading boats and putting a whole bunch of tiles all over, or if he would have gotten this blue one here, you could take a blue tile action, and they all are various actions. This one, they will say what it is on the actual tile. Place one meeple and unload 1 to 2 times the boat. So you get to unload 1 or 2 boats and place a meeple, or you got the other one here, you can place 2 to 3 meeples instead of having to do that over 2 to 3 turns. So you can do that. Those are the 3 actions you can do. Now let me go over how the scoring works. So the first one here is simple. It's just this, however many symbols is on the tile, that's how many points it is. So it's 1, 2, 3 points, boom, and you'll be stacking those up in the temple as you get them. Now the pyramid, there are 2 different sides, which I'm only going to go over A side. The other one, B side, is a little more complicated, and I'll let you discover that. But this is the pyramid side, and as you're building up these pyramids, you'll get a different amount of points. So on this side, if you have these 3, you will have 6. And if I'm going to build up this one right here, it will be like this. So it would actually go 2 and then 1, and then that will score. I can either get potential of 21 points. So the other area here is the obelisk. You'll be putting points right here, you'll get 1 point automatically, and if you are the tallest obelisk, if you are placing them here, you will get 6 points at the end of the game. Now, the more complicated one here. This essentially you're trying to score runs, and it's scored. The points are 1 to 12, and if you get this one right here, 3, 4, 2. So if I have the run of 3, it's basically runs. I will get 9 points. So if you can continue to do that, you can get all the way up to 25 points, and you can have multiple runs going on. Like I said, it goes from 1 to 12, but it doesn't wrap around, so you can't go 1 to 12 like that. Now that's essentially how you will score. Again, you'll continue to do this over the multiple rounds until you can't replenish the boats, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. Now let me tell you about this game and give it a grade. Let's go. So that was Imhotep The Duel. Now it's getting a 79 for me. Yes, it's a super solid rock game. I'm going to have a special place in my heart always for two-player games, because those are some of the strongest memories for me, because I play two-player games and solo games for board games the most, and I build these memories with my partner. So having a super solid one on deck excited me. So going into this game, I had some hyperbole that was matched, in my opinion. It is in a league of its own. Yes, it has its veil of Imhotep and the type of scoring, but it adds its own twist, and the way that it executes is completely different, and I appreciate that, because I can enjoy both games even though they have the same name on them. Though the theme, I would say I wish there was a boost of color, a little bit more, even though it is an Egyptian theme, and it did suffer from a little bit of AP between both me and my partner. So there are some times where we're thinking, what is the best move? What is the best move? But that's cool, because we know who we were going against. I'm going to execute my turns against this person instead of trying to think, who am I going to execute my turn, and are they going to pay me back later in the big base game of Imhotep. So I like that. And the production quality is smaller, but it's portable, which is perfect for a two-player game, especially in my opinion, because I like to play them on my couch. So I do appreciate the portable nature of this, and the quality is still decent with the production. So I do think this is a super solid game for anyone who likes two-player games, and it's a bit gamier than the initial gateway game level. If you've been in the board game hobby for a little bit, this might be up your alley as well. So thank you so much for joining me in today's review. Thank you so much, Cosmos, for providing this review copy. And Fine Nation, if you haven't liked already, you should do that. But until the next time I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. And my name is Dave, and I am walking like an Egyptian. Bye, everybody. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.